The opportunities that I missed because people don't understand that investing is about longevity, and the opportunities that exist for younger people now are a heck of a lot higher than what we grew up with. You have almost $700,000 in retirement before you get out of college.
Because of one simple sacrifice.
One simple strategic move.
Ooh, welcome back to Best Advice Podcast, guys. I'm your host, Rob Lavalio, here at Security Financial Management. Dan, what's up today, baby?
I'll tell you, it's the market's up a little bit.
That's good.
I think that's always a good thing. It's almost crazy where you're sitting here going, okay, what is the market going to do today?
Yeah. We've had a lot of volatility episodes. It's nice to kind of get away from that a little bit.
Yeah, it's been interesting watching the news cycle and seeing how the markets react or don't react, and I think that's just a dynamic that really gets people a little bit nervous. But I think also what's up is opportunity.
Yeah.
And opportunities are continuing to present themselves not only to us here at the firm, but also to our clients and a lot of people out in the public. So
Of course.
it's identifying opportunity. I think that's the basis of our conversation.
That's your
today.
job, really.
Yeah.
That's what your expertise are. So today we're going to go back a little bit and talk about when to start investing, what age that looks like, which brings us to the question of the day. Today's question comes from Caroline from Sarasota. Caroline, what you got for us?
Hey, I'm 29 and just started making six figures. Looking back, what's one financial opportunity you wish your 29-year-old self had known about or not missed?
Thank you, Caroline. Looking out for the young ones. Dan, please talk about this for us.
Yeah, I think the younger the better, right? I think if people talk about risk, and there's so many different types of risk they don't understand. One of them is opportunity risk. I think the opportunity for younger people, especially in today's world, to start earlier. I didn't start really getting serious about this until I was after 30 years old.
Absolutely.
The opportunities that I missed because people don't understand that investing is about longevity, and the opportunities that exist for younger people now are a heck of a lot higher than what we grew up with.
I think there's a miscommunication with, having a financial advisor and
Having money.
having money.
Oh, I don't have any money.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
maybe you did if you got correct guidance.
Exactly. It's the miscommunication of I need to be rich to get a financial advisor. I need to be rich to start planning for my retirement.
Right.
So you kind of put your head down and try to accumulate money so that once you accumulate money, you can start investing.
Right.
Why is that turnaround? Why is that not necessarily the best case?
I think one of the issues that we face in our society is information overload. Everybody, you can Google anything, right? And you can watch YouTube videos and get all this information. But there's also this thing called information overload because now you've got too many opinion. You have too many sources that are telling you multiple different things. And I think it creates a lot of confusion with people.
Absolutely.
Keep it simple, man. It goes back to, KISS, the old acronym of KISS. Keep it simple, sweetheart.
Yep. It's a funny example for that I use in marketing when it's like defining your ideal client, right? So if I were to come up to you, Dan, and say, hey, give me a list of everything that's white, what would you say?
Yeah, I think I would start with my sheets.
Yeah.
I think I would start with, a number of things.
It's hard to think when you just say white. There's such a big world of things that are white. But now if I go, Dan, what in your refrigerator is white?
Yeah.
What do you say?
It'd be milk.
Milk, eggs, butter. It comes through a lot.
Oh, butter's yellow.
Is it? I'm colorblind.
Yeah, you're a bad example for me. So,
But the idea is, if you have so much to think about, it feels overwhelming. It's like, I can't wrap my head around it all.
right.
Which is not necessary.
In my family, we all get together almost every night, watch Family Feud, right? And we serve it 100 people, What is the one thing that irritates a spouse?
A lot.
Well, they've surveyed 100 people, so they've got all these different answers, and yet you're going, oh, it's this, it's this, it's this. It's like, oh, it's the number 6. And I'm like, oh, are you crazy? That was the number one answer, right? With younger people now, there's more opportunity. And one of the areas that we focus on with Security Financial Management is now in the world of NIL with college athletics. Because if you really think about it, the opportunities that are available for young people that are actually getting considerable amount of money is the ability to capitalize on long-term opportunities. And it doesn't have to be drastic. And I think a lot of these young people who are getting very poor guidance at high school, almost no guidance at high school, now getting not even great guidance at the college level, is educating them at a level that's very, very simple. And simplicity is the key to everything, right? Make it simple for our clients. And again, opportunity. If an 18-year-old puts $6,500 into a Roth IRA,
$6,500.
$6,500 into a Roth IRA, what does that look like at age 60?
And how old is he now?
18 years old.
18.
42 years.
40.
There's the key number, 42 years. There's a big difference in the number with 42 years versus 40 years. Now you take the average return of the S&P 500, okay? The average return of the S&P 500 is 10%, historically. If you take that, you take one check, $6,500 into a Roth IRA, compounded at 10%.
And you didn't add anything.
Didn't add anything.
Yeah, nothing else, just from $6,500.
$6,500, one-time deal.
40 years later, what is it?
It's over $200,000.
Holy heck.
Now, think about this for a minute. This is
Wow.
This is a small part of what they're potentially getting, okay? And now they have over $200,000 is allocated to retirement.
That's insane.
Okay? Now, I use this factor of 3.5 because you're going to use a year every year. You have almost $700,000 in retirement before you get out of college.
Because of one simple sacrifice.
One simple strategic move.
And we're not top that. Not in high school, not in college, not in anything. We don't even top taxes.
No, and that's the thing. And this is just one strategy that can be used. It's just a very simple, simple sacrifice.
What if every year you continue to just put that $6,500 a year down?
Well, here's where it gets interesting, right? You've got kids making 100, 50, 100, even more. You've got some kids in college making over $1 million a year. Okay, but the reality is, their dream does not materialize and go to play professional sports, which is professional football, they go to the NBA, whatever the situation is. What's their starting salary with their degree?
40, 50,
$40,000 to $70,000. And then you take a look at it and say, well, life happens. They marry that college sweetheart or they marry somebody, okay? And then they have 3 kids. And as adults, we all hear this and go, wow, he's right. Because we didn't get started until we were 35, 40, 45 years old. We have all missed that key element of opportunity. It's time.
And
And
you say that, looking back at yourself at 18 years old, if you could give yourself one nugget of financial advice, would that be the nugget you give?
oh my gosh, yeah.
Invest a little earlier.
Oh, yeah. Because again, my parents didn't understand that. They couldn't pass that information on. And that's the same really a lot of people. You know, there's very few people that understand those opportunities. And so, and this doesn't have to be a professional. It doesn't have to be a college athlete. This can be your child that, maybe they have a full scholarship and they have a side job is take a look at doing something simple. It doesn't have to be full $6,500. They can put up to $6,500 into a Roth IRA. And you say, well, why a Roth versus a traditional? Okay. And it comes down to taxation. If you're making $100,000 or $50,000 a year or $30,000 a year, there's not enough tax savings to invest into a traditional IRA.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yes.
So why not go and pay that little bit of tax on that Roth and then watch that compound tax-free?
Yes. So when you pull it out, it is what it is.
Right.
It is what it is.
So-
Otherwise, in a traditional IRA, if you pull out say $100,000, you're getting taxed on $100,000.
Exactly. So this is a strategy for young people and parents to understand that there are certain things. Now, the other rule that came in with Secure Act 2.0 was the fact that now college savings plans, if you don't use that college savings money, that can be rolled into a Roth IRA.
Oh, it can be rolled in a Roth.
That could be rolled over into a Roth IRA. That taxes. So again, it's the discipline of saying, okay, I have put this money aside. It doesn't mind my situation. But think about this for a minute. You have the opportunity to start something. And then as I get later in life, maybe it is harder for me to save for retirement because I am married and have 2-3 kids.
Your tax bracket's a little higher.
A little higher, but the point is I did something early enough that I have given myself some grace. Now I'm not at 35, 40 years old with nothing saved for retirement or the minimum of the 2% that I put into my 401k.
And also to add that snowball effect we did 2 episodes ago, when you kind of see that, whoa, I got all this from $6,000. It only took 20 years. Now you get that snowball effect where you're like, oh, this is how it works. Let me play some more.
Right.
Let me play some more.
Right. And the nice thing about the Roth IRA is, okay, what if we did have to dip into it?
Yeah.
You're only paying 10% penalty on what you take out.
Yeah.
You're not paying the taxes. It's growing tax-free.
Which is basically what you would have paid in taxes.
At that time. Yeah.
Amazing.
Possibly.
Amazing.
Possibly.
Dang. Well, I hope that helps, Caroline. If you want to talk to Dan or any one of our senior advisors here at Security Financial Management, I'm going to leave a link in the description for you. Remember, folks, the secret to wealth is not what you earn, it's what you keep. Happy days, everybody.
This podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only and is not intended as personal financial advice. Before making any financial decision, please do your own research and consult a financial advisor as needed.